Hey guys, we all know racism is bad, right? If you don't know that, please turn off the video now. Man, what a way to start the video. Because today, we're gonna talk about the thing I hate, racism, and the thing I love, One Piece. Racism is a prevalent part of the story in One Piece, especially between humans, mainly the celestial dragons and the world government, and other races, mainly the fishmen and the merfolk. There are two characters that function as the main villains in an arc that are very similar. Arlong and Hody Jones are both racist fishmen and the main villain in the Arlong Park arc and the Fishman Island arc respectively. On the surface they seem very similar, but they are very different if you take a second look. Today, me and you, we are gonna take that second look. So join me when I analyze Arlong, captain of the Arlong Pirates, and Hody Jones, captain of the New Fishman Pirates. I want to start our journey into Fishman racism with analyzing Arlong. The first time we see Arlong, and I'm speaking chronologically here, he's a pirate at the sea floor around Fishman Island. He's the de facto leader of the Fishman district and he fights humans as a pirate. He already hates humans because of the discrimination the merfolk receive on Sabaody Archipelago. Shortly after he joins up with Jinbei and Fisher Tiger to establish the Sun Pirates, they travel the ocean to fight slavers and free slaves. The most important part of the story is the end, when Fisher Tiger dies. The Sun Pirates save a little girl from slavery and take it back to her village. But the village call the Marines and they get ambushed. Fisher Tiger gets injured in the fight and is bleeding out. The only way to save him now is with a blood transfusion, but the only blood the pirates have that matches Tiger's blood type is human blood. The captain refuses to live with human blood in his body and chooses to die. Fisher Tiger is a very interesting character as well that probably deserves his own video, but I want to sum him up quickly. So Fisher Tiger was a slave in Marijoa. After he escaped, he became captain of the Sun Pirates to free other slaves like him. He tries to support Otohime and he believes in bringing humans and fishmen together to create a better world. But deep in his heart, he still despises humans and what they did to him. That's why he decided to not take the blood of a human for his blood transfusion. He asks the Sun Pirates to not share his decision with anyone else. This starts the myth that the humans refuse to donate blood to a dying Fisher Tiger. Anyway, enough with this tangent. So Arlong witnesses how his best friend and mentor dies because he was betrayed by humans. Arlong's hatred for humanity only grows stronger after this, and he goes on a rampage to kill the humans on Koala's home island. Koala is the little girl they saved from slavery. He's only stopped when a young Borsalino, now the Admiral Kizaru, steps in and captures Arlong. Because Jinbei and the Sun Pirates join the world government as one of the 7 warlords, Arlong is freed and banished to the East Blue. He takes some of his old crewmates with him and reforms the Arlong Pirates. Then he takes over Nami's home village, kills Belmer, and so on and so forth. So yes, Arlong hates humans and thinks they are worthless compared to fishmen. But what is really important when talking about Arlong is his love for fellow fishmen. Nothing is more important to Arlong than other fishmen. He just hates humans because he has a terrible experience with them interacting with other fishmen. You can see this in the Arlong Park arc. Every time a fellow crewmate of his is hurt, he gets really mad. When Zoro defeats some fishmen, Arlong tries to retaliate with killing Usopp. When Luffy uses a fishman as a shield to defend from Arlong's attack, Arlong gets extremely angry. He is always filled with rage after a fishman is hurt. Arlong has a specific goal that encompasses his beliefs. He wants to make the world a better place for fishmen. He uses fear to enslave humans to show that what fishmen have been through. He wants to let his crewmates live an easy life and forget the discrimination the fishmen endured. As an example for this, all you have to look at is the Arlong Park itself. Arlong Park itself is based on a different park in the One Piece world. Yes, you guessed it right. It's based on the theme park on Sabaody Archipelago. Sabaody Archipelago is a place where fishmen are discriminated against, captured and sold into slavery. That's why the theme park there is taboo for fishmen and merfolk. With Arlong Park, Arlong is building his own version of this symbol of oppression against fishmen. But he's using it to oppress humans. Arlong is not all about hatred for humans. but he is about elevating fishmen above humanity and securing a world for fishmen where they are discriminated against, by using oppression and discrimination on humans. Hody Jones is a very different character, and his hatred for humans is born from a different place and different experiences. Hody never really interacted with humanity. He grew up in the Fishman district, hearing stories about the racism and hatred that some humans expressed towards fishmen. During Arlong's time as the de facto leader of the Fishman district, Arlong used to tell stories about humans and discrimination against merfolk. Hody Jones and his crew, later the new Fishman Pirates, were kids at this time, and they liked to listen to Arlong's stories. Hatred towards humans began to grow inside of them. Hody started to even dismiss stories about nice humans. For example, Hachan tried to tell a story about Rayleigh and how he's friends with him. All Hody had to say about this is that Hachan's stories bore him. They started to live in a bubble and dismiss any information that didn't agree with their view on the world. As Hody and his gang grew up, they started to attack fishmen that supported humans, for example, donated blood for humans. That's why, when Sanji loses a lot of blood through his nosebleed, none of the fishmen want to donate blood to him. They are afraid of Hody and his gang. Hody even went as far as killing Queen Otohime. Otohime planned on uniting humans and merfolk peacefully, but Hody disagreed with her. He paid a human to set off a bomb so Hody could kill Otohime in the confusion. After that, he framed the human he paid as Otohime's killer. In the story of One Piece itself, Hody and the new Fishman Pirates tried to take over Ryugu Kingdom, aka Fishman Island, to create a nation based on hatred towards humans. Hody plans on going to the next reverie and killing all of the leaders of the world government. Hody only stands for hatred of humanity. While Arlong also loves his fellow fishmen, Hody has none such redeeming features. Instead of wanting to create a world where fishmen aren't discriminated against, like Arlong, Hody wants to create a world where humans suffer. And to kill a few humans, he is willing to sacrifice all of his allies and even his friends he grew up with. You can see this when the Noah starts dropping on Fishman Island. He is willing to let all of his crewmates die, just to kill off the fishmen that supports humans and the Straw Hats. A good scene that compares Hody and Arlong is the scene in the palace, while Hody fights Zoro. After Zoro shoots a sword slash at Hody, Hody grabs a crewmate of his and uses him as a shield. If you compare this to the scene where Luffy uses a crewmate of Arlong to defend against an attack from him, you can pretty quickly see the difference between these two characters. And obviously guys, I'm not saying that whatever Arlong is doing is deserved and what Hody is doing is really wrong. Racism is always bad, but if you compare these characters, there's a clear difference in motivation and experiences and why they are doing what they are doing. And that's everything I wanted to point out in this video. Yeah, thanks for watching the video guys. That's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about in this essay. I want to do more of these now. Please leave your feedback in the comments and like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. See you guys next time. Stay safe and don't be racist. Bye.